Chilling story now of a woman who lost her baby after delivering the child by herself in the accident and emergency department at the Spanish Town Hospital in St. Catherine. The 26-year-old woman told TVJ News that she was neglected for hours by nurses who told her they were not trained to deliver a baby and the doctor was on his way. Kelisha Williams has that story.
The bond between mother and child is like no other. But even as 26-year-old Shanique Armstrong shared a moment with her daughter on Monday, her mind is on the child she lost a week ago. It all started here when she turned up at the Spanish Town Hospital in St. Catherine to treat a persistent cough and was diagnosed with pneumonia. 24 weeks pregnant and a history of short-term pregnancies, she was being extra careful. She was later admitted, but then something strange started to happen, and she believed it had nothing to do with pneumonia.
I did feel some belly pain, but it never unbearable. So I said, all right, let me watch this. When I feel it, I get too frequent. I said to the nurse, nurse, I don't like what the pain I feel. Should I do vitals?
She explained that the nurse examined her and asked if she needed to use the bathroom. But as the minutes became hours, the pain got worse. And then the unexpected happened. Her water broke. Note she was just 24 weeks pregnant.
I still stay at one place because I don't know what is going to happen. One other nurse come, Armstrong, what do you? I said, I don't know. Come here tell you the water broke. And I behave like me now, no saying.
By now it was about midnight, and she was in the waiting area of the accident and emergency department, which she described as a makeshift isolation unit for patients.
I'm lay down, I'm feel the baby go down, and she come up and I know say, the next time she go down, she go come out.
And just as she imagined, within a few minutes, she was giving birth. Frantic and frustrated, she said she called the nurse who informed her that there was nothing she could do and the doctor was on his way.
When I say nurse, take her, your baby just fly right out in front of her and she just walk away. I say, I said to the girl on the phone, I said she born. And she said, take her, put her up on your chest. But it looked like the card never come out good. So it never tall enough. So the only thing I could do, I take her and put her right here so I wrap her up.
By now, she told us it was almost 3 in the morning. The baby was unresponsive and the placenta was still attached to her.
So when Missy said come out now, I just take up it, take up the baby, and put her in the towel and I wrap her up. Because I don't know if she have a faint heartbeat or what. Not even if I take the baby and carry her, go over maternity and make me stay there. And you try to save the baby, that you got something to say, you can't do nothing.
After minutes of clinging to life, the baby died shortly after. Miss Armstrong told us that it was not until 5 a.m. that she saw a doctor. At that point, the doctor wanted to examine the placenta and suggested she do an ultrasound.
From all along, them said I'm going to carry me if I go do it. It not do. Then when the baby there, them going to tell me them want to do. I tell them I don't know. Okay, ma'am, that's up to you when you walk away. I'm going to say back no more doctor from that. Them just move on like it's business as usual. Nothing happened. Armstrong, time for your medication. Armstrong, you want food? If yes, if no, business as usual.
It's been 9 days and Miss Armstrong is livid. She wants action now. The incident has left her traumatized. Just last year, she was in a similar position at the same hospital where she lost another child at 32 weeks.
The loving Prime Minister and the loving Health Minister, they need to investigate not just this. Anybody else will complain because we're not lying.
When we contacted the Spanish Town Hospital, we were told the matter is under investigation and representatives do not wish to comment at this time. Kalisha.
Let's give thanks and praise to the Most Almighty. JYTV. Like, share, and subscribe. Yankee Bless and Dasta. This ain't no prom push thing. I don't know, walk in the park. We say no distraction. Hear that? Boom.
JY family, wagwan. Welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time to the channel, you guys know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon, and blast it on your WhatsApp status in your contacts. JY family, when you don't know it, the thing going on. Yeah man, JY family, me I telling you, say trust me, I'm not tired of them story. I'm not tired to hear them something at JY family. And more while when them things are happen, we not hear nothing from our leaders. Them now come say nothing, they not fix nothing. Me no know JY family, me no know what's going on. It's like the country they on autopilot right now. John was star them something I need to sort out, man. Too much people leave them loved ones every day. You go up on TikTok, you go up on YouTube, you go up on Instagram, you go up on Facebook, you can see one story where somebody lose their loved ones down by the hospitals or at the hospitals. You understand? In different ways. Now, JY family, wanna hear that story. What a sad story, JY family. Me always telling them, say, yo, you see, women deserve to be respected on a different level because the things them, you know, where a woman body go through, trust me, JY family, yo, they are, I look at them different. I don't know about you, you know, but I look at them different because, you know, say you have certain time of the month when certain things are going on with them body, we not have to say 40. Only just read between the line. I don't know what I mean. You understand? When time them get pregnant now, them body go through a different phase and them give birth during child's birth. It's a different phase same way. So it's a lot that a woman body go through. That's why when time I see woman come through and have them pitney and I dash them way and left them all bout, trust me, it made me wonder and contemplate and sympathize with some of them sometime because whenever a woman go through, you know, child's birth, there is so much pain, there is so much memory, so much trauma. Some people go through death road, you know, quote unquote, as they would say. You know, some people have to get stitches. Man, it's just a lot. It's overwhelming even talking about it, right? Can you imagine being in this situation like this where you are the one delivering your own baby and not one of the nurse could help this lady? Oh my God, this is not an animal. This is not an animal. And even animal, whenever you are a farmer and you know that your cow, your goat, whatever, you know, pregnant, you have to watch that animal, right? Am I right, JY family? Tell me if I'm making sense. And you have to watch. Sometimes I get up in the mornings and make sure you go out to check that goat, that pregnant goat, that whatever animal, you know. Yeah. And if you see where that animal is having a baby, you know, like not a baby, but a kid or in animal farm, whatever. But you have to help. You have to help. JY family, I'm not a professional farmer, but me know a little thing or two about these things. Tell me if I'm making sense, right? Yeah, you have to help JY family. Yeah. So can you imagine, man? Them deal with this mother like she a animal, and I can't even refer to this situation as an animal because, as I mentioned, animals do get help sometimes. What type of treatment is this? It is so sad, JY family. Trust me, man. My heart a pain me because, you know, I wouldn't say I know what it feels like, but I have friends who lost babies and all these things. So me have a idea of the situation firsthand. Yeah, but this can't continue like this, JY family. They need some equipment. But even during COVID, the amount of money, no money left from the COVID relief, nothing. The amount of billions of dollars left, right, and center. When we say forward in JY family, eh? None of the money they can go towards the hospital. Eh? The amount of traffic ticket and all these things. Me don't know how this government thing work or how this money work after the budget. I see where, let's say you were set $1 million. Just an example for traffic tickets, right? And you saw where you collected $1 billion instead of the 1 million. You can't put some of the money over into healthcare. I don't know. I'm just suggesting and I'm just asking at the same time. Let me know down in the comment section how this work. I'm just a concerned citizen of Jamaica. Okay, which part me in the world. You understand? And if you are concerned, comment down below. Tell me what you think about this. John was star. I don't know, man. This is sad, man. This is so sad and heart wrenching. Now, JY family, moving on right now. Now, JY family, before we go any further into this report, I just want to take the time out to say I love all of my JY family, all of you guys who is supporting the channel, and whenever time you guys don't saw me posting any video, trust me, I love the fact that you guys reach out to me 1 day, 2 day, and no video. Said, no man, JY, you alright? Yeah man, so big up all the persons. About 2 days now, I haven't been posting, yeah. And that is because I am so busy, JY family. Wanna know anything go? Me always are telling you say, me have a full-time job and sometimes them put me on one spot where me cannot use the phone. You understand? Yeah man, then after work when I don't know say, so now the basketball and something there. So more while we gonna match and them thing there. So yeah man, so big up to my JY family who keep me in the loop. So one of my JY family said, JY, you don't see what's going on? I said, with what? And the person sent me the picture and the news of this situation. JY family, I was so shocked because I did not saw anything about this situation. So let me go ahead and read what's going on, and I have an audio for you guys to listen because the plot has thickened. So breaking news, JY family, the police have launched a murder probe into the death of Melissa Silvera, the wife of former PNP member of parliament Joylan Silvera. Initial report had suggested Mrs. Silvera died in her sleep on November 10th. But nationwide news understand the police have upgraded their probe after Mrs. Silvera post-mortem examination revealed she was shot at least 3 times. When I hear that, JY family? In the initial stage of the report, it says she died in her sleep. But the post-mortem come back and said she was caught up several times. My God. So how this go? However, Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime and security, Fitz Bailey, has confirmed with our news center that a murder probe is on the way. Nationwide news understand Mr. Silvera has retained the service of a King's Counsel. Plot has thickened. It's also understood Mr. Silvera has been interviewed by scene of crime investigation. Now, JY family, it is alleged, and I repeat, it is alleged that they do a whole decoration of the room that Mrs. Silvera passed away in. Now, JY family, we're not going to hear some damning information on this audio of nationwide news. Be it things are going, the plot has thickened. How the lady did in her sleep, JY family, and them find 3 bullets lodged in her. How this go? How this make, JY family? Make it make sense down below. So, check out the rest of this video. Leave your comments and your thought down below, because I know say trouble there. Hey.
Breaking news from Nationwide Radio.
Good afternoon on this Saturday, December 16, 2023. It's 3:53 p.m. and you're listening to Nationwide 90 FM. A special item of breaking news concerning an item of news that I raised or I mentioned during Nationwide at 5 on Friday, concerning the wife of the former Member of Parliament for Western St. Mary, Julian Silvera, that's Melissa Silvera, who died on November 10 this year. Initial reports, media reports, were that she died in her sleep. I did say on Friday that information coming to Nationwide was that the autopsy report on her body showed that she died from gunshot wounds. Well, there's a major development in that matter this afternoon. Cliff Hughes is online. Good afternoon, Cliff.
Good afternoon, George. Good afternoon, listeners.
Well,
this is a major development. Tell us what's the latest, George.
The very latest is that I just spoke with the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime and security, Fitz Bailey, who has confirmed that the death of Melissa Silvera is being treated as a homicide. He has confirmed that a murder investigation is now underway, Cliff.
Well, since we broke the story yesterday evening, this has been reverberating around the country, and in particular in St. Andrew, where the Silveras are well known. Melissa was the daughter of the late Leslie Davis, who was a very strong stalwart of the People's National Party, worked closely with a number of former cabinet ministers and former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson. And Melissa and Jolan Silvera have been married for about since 2015. And the news that this is now a murder investigation is sending shockwaves, because when she died on November 10, approximately 6 weeks ago, the theory was that she went to bed and just died in her sleep. Well, things took a turn when the postmortem report came back yesterday and showed that she had 3 gunshot wounds, we're told, if not more.
Yes.
And that is setting the cats among the pigeons.
Yes, at least 3 gunshot wounds is what I heard from yesterday. And what we are certain of is that Julian Silvera has retained a King's Counsel to monitor things on his behalf. I understand, Cliff, that detectives from the Scenes of Crimes unit have spoken to Mr. Silvera already. And I understand that he has been put in a position where he needs someone of the experience of a King's Counsel to really marshal things on his behalf based on how things are poised at the moment. I won't say more than that. But
well, what we can say is that he is now under a cloud of suspicion put it no stronger than that. He's now under a cloud of suspicion. And there's another element to the story we're learning, George, that the initial police personnel who were involved in the investigation, that they are under scrutiny now as well as to how they conducted their initial preliminary investigations, and that could also be a big development in this murder investigation now.
Also, Cliff, I have been reliably informed that the room where Melissa Silvera's body was found, it is in a different, how should I put this now? It's different to how it was when her body was found. In other words, renovations have reportedly happened in the room or been done to the room. And
yes, that is also my information, that significant renovations were done to that room where Melissa was killed at their home in Stony Hill.
Yep.
In St. Andrew.
Yep.
And this is a shocker to a lot of people. Some people are already saying no because of what they knew about what was happening in that house. But this is a real shocker because you recall when the news came through of the passing of Mrs. Silvera, several people were expressing their condolences. Some people were in shock because she's only 40 years old. To hear that a woman of 40 years old, in good health, went to bed and didn't wake, yes, also was a talking point. But those things happen. So now to hear that she died of gunshot wounds is a stunning development.
And I'm not saying it's related, obviously, but it's a tragedy that is the latest in what is now a string for the Silvera family, because remember their 2-year-old son a couple of years ago drowned in a swimming pool. So it's one tragedy to the next where the Silvera family is concerned.
Yes.
Yeah.
And they lost their mother. Melissa's mother died earlier this year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's really a string of tragedies for the family.
Yep,
and,
it is.
And their friends.
Yep.
And I can tell you, it's a tragedy for the family, but it's also a shocker for their friends. Yeah, and members and supporters of the People's National Party who knew of Melissa and her mom, Leslie, and their former Member of Parliament, Joylan Silvera, who was the Member of Parliament in Western St. Mary.
Yep.
Yes. So it's tragic all round. But I suspect the coming week we're going to hear more as the police now has a crack team on it. One of the things we should say is that the investigators have been changed, because the initial investigators, they are now under scrutiny as well.
Yep.
As to what they did, how they did it, and there are several questions. Who had pronounced Melissa Silvera dead? Who had pronounced that she died of some natural cause in her sleep? Who did that? How was that promulgated? Yeah, those are questions that will have to be answered, as well as the initial police investigators. What did they do? What did they know? When did they know it? And how did they respond?
Well, you say the next week is going to be interesting. I'm raising you one. The next 48 hours are going to be crucial in the life of Jolyon Silvera.
Okay. All right, George.
Thank you very much, Cliff. So, the news is that the police are treating the death of Melissa Silvera, wife of the former Member of Parliament for Western St. Mary, Jolyon Silvera, initially reported as she died in her sleep. That was the initial report. The police are saying, no, we're treating this as a murder investigation.
JY family, come on, man, come on.
you can't reach so far and don't press the like button. Hit the bell icon to be notified. And this is the channel you need to subscribe to that you didn't know you need to subscribe to. Do the right thing, man.
Me love Jamaica, me nah sell out. Them try clip we wings, somehow we can't fly out. But when we there, yard, nothing nice like Jamaica. Roast breadfruit and banana. Under the tree with a glass.